Kia ora. Hello there. My name is Shiver. I'm going to be examining your scalp today. You said you've been struggling a little bit with some itchiness. Dryness. Okay. Are you finding that you need to kind of scratch your scalp when it's itchy? Okay. Do you find that the scratching helps? Okay. Okay. Do you find any residue kind of escapes when you itch your scalp? Okay. Any bleeding? Anything like that? No. When did the itching start? Okay. Okay. And have you changed up any of your hair products recently? Okay. Okay. And changes to behaviour. Have you been doing any new sports, or have you been kind of out and about more than usual? Okay. What are your stress levels like as well? You see, when we are kind of unconsciously stressed, there is a habit that people can form where they compulsively can run their fingers through their hair and touch their hair. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, let's just get started, shall we? Okay. Do I have your consent to touch your hair? Perfect. Thank you. I'm just going to start to comb it, okay? Perfect. Just running the comb through the hair very, very gently. I do really love your hair. It's a beautiful colour. Is this your natural colour? Oh yes. Okay. It is stunning. Looks like you take pretty good care of it, so by looking at the ends here, everything looks pretty good. Just seems like the scalp is giving you a little bit of trouble, and that's fine. So what I'll be checking for today is for dandruff, which is essentially dry scalp that's tending to flake, can become quite itchy. I'll also be checking for lice, whether that be the active lice or the eggs. And I'll also be checking for any other dermatological issues, such as eczema or psoriasis, dermatitis, anything like that. Though it sounds like from what you've described we might be dealing with a little bit of dandruff. But we shall see, shall we? Okay. I'm going to take this and just section the hair down the middle. Okay. This clip, I'm just going to clip this back, so I'm just going to hold this here. Perfect, and this part as well, so just holding that in place again and just perfect. I'm going to start on this side of the scalp, okay? I'm going to be using these wooden sticks to kind of search through the hair and kind of derive things very specifically and precisely. I'm going to be using a UV light. We find that UV lights kind of show up any dandruff much better than your regular light. Okay, so let's just begin, shall we? Okay. Okay. So I'm just spreading the hair apart very gently. Just having a look first around the front. So maybe doing this in sections. Just going to section this bit. Just gently. Okay. And take is typically parted. Okay. So this part will be exposed to the kind of weather and things like that. So sunlight, especially this time of the year, you can find that it can start to burn quite easily. And with that comes dryness and flaking. And that's not quite dandruff-t, that is just sunburn and then the aftermath of the sunburn, you know? Okay. I'm just going to run this up here. Yeah, okay. Just going to take this little cotton swab and just run this along here. I'm going to take a little sample of this just in case, but from what I can see here, it does seem to be a bit of dandruff. There's no redness or anything like that, which is good. Okay. Just going to touch your hair with my hands, okay? Just gonna have a look at this parting here. Okay, yeah, it seems to be a tiny bit of redness now. Yes, it's good that we took that sample. Just gonna go all the way to the back. I just want to push your hair back like this. That's going to take a look around here. Right on the hairline. The hairline seems to look pretty good, except just in the parting. I can just see where it's starting to lift away. Take these two and just kind of use it to do. Yeah, okay. Seems to be quite a bit of dryness. It's not pulling, is it? Okay. Just using it to very delicately separate. Yeah. Typically around the hairline, if there's any kind of irritation or build up, it is because of the skin on the forehead. Perhaps you have been pushing your hair back quite often, or you have been wearing makeup that hasn't been removed quite as thoroughly as it should, which leads to a build up around the hairline. Things looked pretty good though. It seems like you're removing any products on your face, just sunscreen, makeup, anything like that, or even just build up of oil. It's not quite getting into the hairline, which is good. Just an exception for that parting. That's okay. We can treat that. I just want to check the neck area as well, so kind of like this area. So I'm just going to very gently pull this back and then have a look here. Yeah, it's definitely more towards the back of the scalp that I'm seeing issues. Yeah. That is okay though. How are you feeling? That's good. I'm trying to be as gentle as I possibly can. Could you just tilt your head up for me? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, the line of hair is perfectly fine. Doesn't seem to be any issues with the dandruff down there. I'm just going to take that clip out. So just and back into it again. And I'm just gonna be again running this backwards and forwards like this. Just to see. Okay, I can definitely see quite a bit of dandruff here. Can I ask what kind of shampoos you're using? Okay. So what are your hair concerns with that? You're more concerned about the tips of your hair? Okay, so you want something quite moisturising then, and repairing for the hair? Okay, we can do that. So what I'll be doing is I'll be taking a look and then prescribing you some hair treatments. So it depends on the severity. With mild dandruff, you could just use kind of your tea tree, rosemary, ginger, those kinds of based hair products. But if it is a little bit more on the severe side, we'll have to go in with some antifungal treatments such as ketoconazole, sebazole, and things like that. But thus far, it seems to be relatively mild, so you don't have to worry about any of that. Okay, I'm going to go around the side now, so I'm just going to be coming around here very gently. Just okay. Yeah, okay, I'm going to treat this out of the hair now. So, I have some solution here, which is very calming and soothing for the scalp. It's enriched with tea tree, which is an Australian plant. It's used to deal with things like dandruff. It can also be used for many things such as acne and other kinds of fungal and antibacterial infections. But for now, we're going to be using it for your dandruff, okay? Perfect. This might be a little bit cold. I'm just going to use these to separate the hairs while I drip this on. Okay, so and just to separate that, so I'm just dripping this in. I'm going to take a clean cotton swab and use it to kind of press this into the hairs. Okay. So your hair is nicely distributed over your scalp. There's no signs of patchiness or anything like that. It all looks pretty good, which is good. No signs of alopecia or anything like that. And as I said, nothing's too red either, which is good. No signs of eczema or dermatitis or psoriasis, which is good. Okay. Just going to comb this through. Okay. Now I'm going to take the first clip out of here, so I'm just going to reach up and grab it. There we go. Comb that back down again. Alright. Now we will assess the other side of the scalp, okay? Perfect. And so we're going in. Okay, it's a little more drier on this side. So, have you been trying to find ways to kind of treat this? Okay. So trying to go for more of a moisturising. Yes, that is fine. Moisturising is good, but you do need some kind of active ingredient there to help treat the dandruff. So if you find that you do need to scratch your scalp, don't so much scratch it, just tap it. Gently tap the area. Scratching is just going to aggravate it. Yes, it causes flaking and things like that, which can be relatively unpleasant if you're not really into that. That it does kind of aggravate the area and make it nice and red. So just lightly tapping if you find it quite unbearable, yeah? Good. Excessive styling, if it had ponytails too tight or braiding or anything like that. No, okay, it's fine. Okay. So what about your detergents? Yeah, you might want to opt for a sensitive detergent, just on the meanwhile we get this sorted. And what about hairstyles? Have you been having your ponytail too tight or anything like that? Okay, make sure that you have your hair out, or in a nice clean style that doesn't tug too much on the hair or the scalp. And if you are, make sure you change it often. Okay, perfect. I'm going to treat this side with the scalp solution, so I'm just going to strip that in. Really nice generous layer of it. Take a cotton swab and use it to kind of push the product through the hair. Really get it into the scalp. Okay. Alright, we'll take the last clip out. So, reaching up here, taking it. I'm going to brush that through again. We'll comb it through rather. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, it's definitely a lot worse on this side. Good thing you came in today. Okay. I do want to check your ears while we're here as well, just because of how dry it is on this side. I can see at the back it's a little bit more red. Do you find that you tend to scratch the back of your head? Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Let's take some more of this, shall we? Okay. Okay. And just okay. So I'm just going to very gently, very slowly do this over here. okay? Do you mind if I take a look at the backs of your ears? Perfect. Okay, I'm going to start with this ear first, okay? Perfect. So I'm just going to gently take your ear and pull it forward very slightly. And then have a look with this light here. Okay. I don't see any redness, which is good. Good. And yes, it does kind of begin more at the hairline, where it is a little bit redder. Okay, and I'm just gonna pull the top of the ear forward so I can see it a little bit easier. Yeah, that seems to look fine. I'm gonna lift the earlobe up. That looks fine too. Can I have a look at the other side? So, take a look around the back of the ear. That all looks pretty good. There's any roughness. There's no skin build up here, which is good. Pulling the top down. Yeah, that looks pretty good too. Don't see any signs of irritation. It's definitely located more on the scalp. And I'm just going to bring this forward here. Okay. Yep, that looks good as well. That seems to be all fine. Perfect. Your ears look good. Can't see any signs of redness or irritation there. Good. Run the comb through your hair again. For you, I think we need to get you a tea tree based shampoo and conditioner. How often are you washing your hair at the moment? Good, 2 to 3 times a week. Good, okay. Just want you to swap out all of your current hair products for the shampoo and conditioner that I'm going to prescribe you. It's going to contain tea tree and ginger, rosemary and sage. These active ingredients are perfect for treating dandruff and also helping to soothe. And I will also get you an aloe-based hair serum. That way you can also treat any dryness that you may find at the tips of your hair. But it is more of a product that is catering for any dandruff that you may have while still giving you the performance of something that is going to soften and strengthen the hair shafts, okay? And the tips. Perfect. Alright. Is there anything else that you'd like me to have a look at? No, you're fine. Okay. Let's write you up a prescription for the hair products I just described. And then you use them for about 6 to 8 weeks. And if symptoms do persist, do come back and see me, okay? Perfect. Alrighty. You enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Can I get there, my friend?